Kill him.
All right, you got it. You got him.
I always get Keith David and David Keith mixed up.
Yeah,
well, one's black and one's white.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That should help.
We have a friend who always dreamed of a movie that starred both of them, and at the top of the poster it would just say Keith, David, Keith.
That's pretty good. Do you remember? You don't know Jack.
But who's gonna put out a movie starring David? Well,
Somebody
Keith David
maybe,
just for that reason.
but David Keith, who's gonna put him?
Is David Keith the officer and the gentleman one, or the other guy? I don't know.
Keith David is
Keith
the
David's in
the
Halo
officer.
2.
No, Luke,
Okay.
Luke Gossett
Okay.
Jr. is the officer and the gentleman guy.
No,
Keith David was in The Thing.
David Keith is in Officer and a Gentleman.
He's also
though.
he's
the
also
other-
This is how it gets confusing.
Right. Who's on first?
Keith
Who's on
David is
second?
in They Live.
Right.
Okay.
put on the
And,
That's how
glasses.
you
and
remember.
is on every Ice Cube
And
album.
Saints Row.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
how you
and Saints
remember.
Row, and
Okay.
Modern Warfare 2,
These
Yeah.
are all
And
roles that involve
Mass
avatars.
Effect, and Mass
And,
Effect 2.
there's something
Guy
about
does some
Mary.
games.
I know.
Games and Ice Cube albums. That's all he's doing now.
I mean, it's good work if you can get it.
My
Yeah.
favorite question ever, you don't
Word.
know Jack, was they had a bonus round where they threw up the name of a movie.
Yep.
And it was either a Corey Feldman movie, a Corey
Oh,
Haim
that's a
movie, or
great
or
question.
both.
Or both, right?
And you
the
had to
first
like,
sounds hard.
Yeah, it was pretty hard.
License to Drive.
License to Drive is the only one I knew that they were both in.
No, The
and everything
Burbs.
else was. Were they both in the Burbs?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. It was a tough
Trade
quiz.
kills.
They weren't both
Trade
in the
kills.
Burbs, were they?
They were both in.
Control Room does not believe they were both in the Burbs.
I think Control Room's probably right on this one.
All right, I will trust. Hold on.
Are you going to get?
I'm not getting anything,
You're
but
gonna
I'm going to put my
get
finger up on my
judges
ear.
judging on this?
Wait. Yes, the Control Room confirms they don't think they're both in the
License
Burbs.
to Drive is Heather Graham's first role, though.
That's true.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
She
I
was
would,
the
I would just
girl.
like to comment on the distance between Desert Combat and talking about Heather Graham's first film role.
Well, and he's the one who brought up Corey Haim. That wasn't me.
But
Oh,
this is what you do when you're halfway across the world. You know, you think about stuff back
Yeah.
home. That's
true.
Think about Corey
Hey, we're already
Feldman, and
looking-
it's the reason to live.
Not to get too real here, but I have received more than a few notes from servicemen who've been over
really?
there and said, "Hey,
They enjoy what you do.
thanks for the bombcast. Listen to it while I'm in a tank."
You feel like you're doing a little bit for the war effort.
It's
Dude, that's
no,
awesome.
because I can't even. I'm not even going to begin to act like that's.
they-
they give their thanks and I appreciate that.
That's
and
awesome.
That's
that
nice
would
to
be
hear.
cool if they were taking like little decals of you and putting them up on the sides of their tanks, like Skippy.
Here's
The first
somebody
time I
writing
heard
The number of
Davis's
kills they've gotten in the tank. Yeah.
The first time
We
I
held the rock. The rock is ours.
Boom. The first time I heard that, just the idea of like someone's listening to us
In a
crap
tank.
on about video games in a tank.
Do you think
Like, not like in a fake like I'm sitting in a tank. Ooh, I'm in a tank.
yeah.
Like no, I'm going to drive this tank.
I'm
Actually,
gonna
in a
blow some
tank.
motherfuckers up with this tank.
That's what this tank is for. Like that's.
Do you think they have like sound system in the tank, or are they like
They have their
earbuds?
iPods. Everyone's got their iPods. Their Zune.
That
Seems
sounds unsafe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell tank guys how to do their tank driving stuff.
Well, I think there's a lot of like hanging out in a
Yeah.
tank. I think there's a lot of
Yes,
just
that's
like
true.
we're at a
Some
place in a
downtime.
tank.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't drive tanks. I don't.
I've always wanted to drive
I don't
a
have
tank.
that insight.
Oh look, this one's snowy.
Yep.
Ooh,
I'd love to drive a tank someday.
you're in the Shahikot Mountains.
Not like professionally, but just for fun.
Chinook helicopters crashed
We'll see if we can work something
in the
out.
snow-covered mountain peaks. Called
Can't
the
be
place
better
of the
shoot,
king in the local
frankly.
tongue. Has been a rebel hiding place. All right. So this is snowy. They changed the environment up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Now there's snow.
Looks like the same map though. It's all zigzag.
This looks cool. This is different. That doesn't look like the crash helicopter.
No,
That's
the
one
crash
that just dropped
helicopter is
you
the one
in.
down here. That's the first objective is to secure this crash
secure
site.
the crash helicopter.
This helicopter's got to lift off and go crash there first.
Right.
All right, we're gonna go down there and crash. We have
MOH.
something to go rescue.
What could it mean?
Training mission.
This is like an attractive level graphically, I think.
Yeah.
Again, like the little snowdrift there.
Yeah,
something
like
we
the
haven't seen
smoke and
before,
particles and that stuff. I feel like
Oh look,
they
there's
do
a fire
really
down
well.
there. That's probably where
Yeah.
the crash is.
Some
You
people
get
shooting
shot
over
from the
here.
right.
You got shot
shooting
from the
you.
right.
Oh,
There's your
I'm watching
objective,
the big
40
time.
meters away.
Keep watching the wrong TV. Vinny's gonna yell at me after this.
I was doing the same thing. I keep
He
looking
won't
at
yell
that
at
one.
you.
that is a guy.
You're a guest. I should know better.
That guy's
Apparently, someone in the chat. We cannot confirm the veracity of this, but they said they had an iPod dock in the tank.
Interesting.
So,
Why? Yeah, why not?
so you know,
I mean, you play
Just like my car.
Played Credence when you're flying in a Huey into Nam.
Yeah, a little
Why
Richard
not?
or whatever.
Yeah, why
then-
not a little bomb cast in your tank while you're
Yeah.
rolling through Afghanistan?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you think that'll be like, you know how like the Vietnam movies all have like Credence and Fortunate Son and stuff, like by the time the next round of these movies roll out, like the soundtrack will be like the Bombcast and stuff.
Oh, so like what's the next generation?
Well,
like
when you finish this game, over the end credits, it plays the latest Linkin Park hit.
Oh, it's not Poker Face?
No, that would be better.
Okay.
This actually has Linkin Park in
I'm glad
it.
that you hate
really
Linkin
does.
Park as much as I do.
It's so it also, the Linkin Park song comes after like 5 pages of talk about respect for the troops.
Is it like a
these fallen-
sweeping honorific ballad like an Aerosmith kind of I don't want to miss a thing type
Not
deal?
really.
It's a Linkin Park song.
Because I could get down with that.
Linkin Park is Linkin
Isn't it
Park.
Steven Tyler recorded a song for the space battleship Yamato? That's pretty cool.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I think they just wanted it to have like an Armageddon vibe. So
Yeah.
they said, can you do that again? And he basically did.
Yeah.
It's been a few years since he's spewed out one of his ballads. So.
That Chilean miner rescue made me want to go watch
So
Armageddon.
check this out. Check out this.
That's fucked up.
So this is one of the invisible walls in this game that make the multiplayer map design kind of depressing.
Wait, what's going on
right
here?
here? That looks like someplace I should be able to run. Right?
Oh, that's bad game design.
Yeah.
Don't like that. It is just ridiculous that when you can't jump over a 2-foot fence or something.
Jesus Christ.
What?
This can't go that way.
But I mean, it's
that's
especially
so
because they
bogus.
make it look like a path.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Like, put rocks there.
That's
put
very
something
that's
there.
very sloppy.
Well, that's
EA.
clearly a spot that they were like, hey, we should have a path that goes over here. They tested the game, balanced, and they're like, no, having a path here is a bad idea. So I'm taking the path out.
So it ends up forcing you
big-
through this horrible choke point
Get a
that
big
actually
rock
makes this
out of
part of
your
the map
rock
no fun.
library.
Choke
and
points
throw
are
it in
fun,
it.
Jeff. You're doing it wrong. So the other guys are having fun. Fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
That's true. I bet they're having a damn blast.
Yeah, they're like, look at all these fuckers we're killing.
You're looking at
Anybody
the
got a
wrong
mortar?
screen
Oh,
again.
god damn it. Thanks, Gary. Now I'm getting instructions from Gary too.
Lay down some smoke.
Look at the up screen, not the
Steven.
down screen.
Yeah.
Get some questions from the chat, please.
Yeah,
Tell that
Casmorth asks, are
Good
there any
shooting.
other examples of
Shoot some
games
rockets
coming
down there,
out
there
in
you
the
go.
same genre or style as 2 other huge competing franchises?
What was the question?
What?
Are there any-
let's tighten that one
Let's
up.
tighten
a
that
little
one up. Okay, you know how this game came out with 2 competing similar
bit. Sure.
genres. What's
Well,
another
what-
example
hold on.
of that happening?
What are
that
the other
you know?
ones? Modern Warfare and what else?
In Halo.
Oh, I mean,
And Black Ops too.
I guess. I mean, that's the thing. I think that, like I said earlier, I think this is unfortunate bad timing for this game, really, that it's coming out at the end of Modern Warfare and the beginning of Black Ops. It's like its window to build an audience for itself is not very wide.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Raw.
It's just very rare that
It's kind of bullshit.
that they are both at the same punching weight. Like usually, it's like okay, there's
But this is what happens. Like you said earlier, like EA somewhat cynically looks at an established hit concept like Modern Combat and goes, "Oh, we'll have some of that."
Yeah.
But the
Modern
price you
Warfare.
pay for that is, I know, I'm just the genre in general of like
okay.
Modern Combat type thing, is that you
but
don't get
Battlefield
to be
2
the
did
first
that
one in. You're going to be jumping
half
into
a decade ago.
What?
Battlefield 2 did that half a decade ago.
In what sense?
Modern
from-
Combat.
Right. What's okay?
Well, it's not like EA didn't.
no. The point is that EA saw that Activision made a shitload of money hand over fist.
This would not exist
with
in
Modern
Mod-
Warfare
if they hadn't
2.
done Modern
So they're
Warfare.
like,
Totally
okay,
true.
because of that,
100%.
we have to
Agreed.
take a stab at this.
Yes.
Right.
It
But
would be irresponsible
Yeah.
of us as a publicly held company.
We have the franchise, we have the developers,
Yeah.
we should be doing
But the
this.
problem is, in doing that, they have to go up against a giant competitor.
Yeah, and it's
Juggernaut.
Is there a lot of loyalty? Will like people be fiercely loyal, or will they just happily jump over to the next thing if they think it's better?
I think there are people that will happily jump over, but hey, I
Kill. Yes.
There's a certain-
you
there's a
both
certain
died.
name
stabbed
recognition.
him as he was shooting
You
me.
both died in like a love suicide
Yeah,
pact.
it was worth
I mean,
it.
there's a certain name recognition, but you see that shift. Like, the Infinity Ward was we barely say Call of Duty when we talk about Modern Warfare 2. Like that was sort of a shift of it was the Call of Duty brand, but now it's
Well, this is the other smart thing about that perk system is that it invests you in that. You're like, well, I got a level 50 character in this game.
Right.
Do I want to start over in a whole
Well, it
other
also gives you
franchise?
an endpoint too, though, because once you reach the max cap, I mean, I know you can
You
reset and
prestige,
start over,
that's-
yeah.
but I mean, I don't want to.
But
do
that
again.
cap is quite a few hours of play.
That's true. That's true.
Getting to was
I
it
don't know.
50? Is that what you get up to in?
I think it's
It
higher.
was
in
60 in
Modern
Modern Warfare 2. I think it was 70 at one point.
That's so many levels.
Yeah, it's a lot of P90s.
What's going on in the Rainbow Six world? Is there another one of those coming down the pike?
No.
Isn't there?
That's a good. You know what, Gary?
You think they would jump right
I
on
thought
that?
I thought the Vegas games were all right.
I didn't play the second. I love.
Well, I mean, there
Rainbow
is
Six
another Ghost
Vegas.
Recon. I mean, there's Ghost Recon Future Soldiers.
Yeah,
There's some more Clans
That is
headed
so
your way.
not Rainbow Six, though.
You're right.
They
Yeah,
kind of
I
reset
like
that
I like
franchise,
Rainbow
too.
Six.
And yeah, and Future Soldier, like they're going. Well, I guess
It's like
it was
2142.
third person. It was third person in.
Oh, is that what
They're
they're
going-
doing?
they're like going
way,
full
way off
gears.
into the future.
I think it's near.
They're going
distant.
further into the future than Graw was.
Right.
So.
I want some more. Asynchronous co-op with Pandora Tomorrow style multiplayer. Rather, I love that. That was speaking of Tom Clancy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're still
Good
talking.
stuff.
Let's say we're still talking Clancy. Still talking Clance.
That's right. Mad
Yeah.
Clans being
Are those Hawks
discussed.
games? I like the look of Hawks too,
Hawks.
because I kind of bemoan the death of the flight simulator. And
I'll tell you this: there's a new Ace Combat game coming out.
Yeah.
Well, go watch some trailers for that.
Looks good?
Looks fucking amazing.
is it going to be a
'Cause I-
stick? I long to play a flight stick game.
I mean,
again.
it's a console game, so
I mean,
Yeah, but
they have
an
sold
analog
sticks.
stick. Yeah,
They have
the
sold
last
flight
Ace-
sticks.
The
Yeah.
last Ace Combat came in a box that had a stick with
that's
it.
right. That's right. That's
That's
right.
true.
Yeah, I'm sure that there will be some sort of stick out
That
for
looks-
that.
that
but
looks good, does
it'll-
it, the new one?
I'm not sure what they're showing. Like, it's all in engine, or at least
The
looks
mortar
it.
coming down.
I don't know
Yeah,
like,
wait
what
a
of
minute,
it's supposed to be gameplay, but I've looked at Hawks and it has some moments to it, but the new Ace Combat game looks
So
like
the whole thing with Hawks 1 is they made the airplanes able to drift like a car.
Yeah, that was
So you
weird.
kind of turn the engine off and boost and do all kinds of weird stuff the planes don't really do.
What I really enjoyed from Hawks 2, or from what I played of Hawks 2 was the alternate camera perspective. Like, be able to basically not be in the cockpit.
Like a drama cam?
Yeah, like a yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I know that's not necessarily a new thing for them, but
I just had so much. I have such happy memories of the old like FA-18 Interceptor on the Amiga and stuff like that. There's never really been
Yeah, that was a good game.
like
It
where's
was like
that
F-15
today?
Strike Eagle for
Oh
the
my god! Yeah, all the old
64 or
Microprose
something.
games.
Where are the tank games, guys? Where's M1A1
M1,
tank
M1,
platoon?
M1 Tank Platoon, yeah.
Yeah, Microprose.
And good submarine games.
Yeah.
Silent
Wolfpack?
Service.
Wolfpack.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
There's like the Silent Hunter series is
688
still
I Attack
relatively recent.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, no,
The
I think
Silent
they're-
Hunter games are still
Silent
going.
Hunter 5 just came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not that long ago.
It's super simmy though. I bought
Those games kind of suffered for me the same fate that sports games have. I used to play sports games back in the late 80s and 90s all the time, and you know,
mean like
sub
Madden-
sims and all that
Madden
stuff.
94,
Madden,
96.
yeah. But then at some point they just got way too realistic and
Too
they were no
complicated.
longer approachable.
Too complex.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I played a lot of NHL and Madden and
Yeah.
FIFA and stuff like that. Even played games for sports I didn't care about.
Right.
In the
But yeah,
mid-90s.
NHL got me into playing hockey.
Yeah.
The
I mean, I
the
played
mo-
Uniracers, and
the
I don't
most
care about
fun-
unicycle races at
Yeah.
all.
I
think
I
you'd
wish there were
totally
more of
be
those
into cycle races.
simplified sports games. Like the most fun I ever had with an NHL game was remember the old NHL hits.
Yeah, hits
Where
was
it was
great.
like
I was talking
big,
to someone
big,
about
elaborate. Every hit was like a hit through the glass, and
Yeah.
you know, crazy power slap shots and stuff. It was just fun.
That was kind of one of those like last good ideas out of Midway. Was those?
I
NHL
agree with Jeff.
hits
There's been
games.
way too much of a move towards ultra sim style realism in sports, and they need to. I want to get back to like fun, like NBA
Where's
Jam's
Tecmo
coming
Bowl?
back, right?
Yeah, NBA Jam just came out on the Wii and it's out.
They made a
little-
they made a
little later,
XBLA Tecmo Bowl remake, and they also there's a DS Tecmo Bowl game that came out not that long ago. So,
What about
and the problem that you ultimately get with a lot of trying to bring back these older franchises is that the people that now own those names aren't the people that
Yeah.
made those games and don't necessarily know how.
Well,
to
I'm not saying you
bring
even
that
have to
back.
resurrect the old franchise in name. Just get back to the spirit of. I mean, isn't that
Yeah,
what like
but
FIFA Street was trying to do?
the other real problem is that you can't annualize those games because they don't revolve around roster updates as
right,
much.
right. You can't just pump them out every
Yeah,
year.
so that was ultimately what killed Midway is they couldn't annualize NFL Blitz or NHL Hits or their NBA games.
Right.
Because they couldn't change enough. No one cared about a career mode in an arcade sports game, so it was something you kind of had to play with friends, and it became a game you bought once.
Well, I mean, I
Right.
played the same version of Madden for 3 years on Genesis because I didn't give a shit about roster updates.
Yeah,
I mean, I just wanted to play. I wanted to throw really long touchdown passes.
but now there are enough people that'll buy it every year for
Man.
roster updates, and you know, I mean, not to say that that's the only thing they do, but
well,
there are
yeah,
enough of
But
those people out there that,
it's a sports enthusiasm companion.
yeah.
It's I like the subject matter, and here's a thing to extend my NFL, NHL, NBA experience.
And they obviously do tremendous business. I mean, I'm sure they're not worrying about the health of the Madden franchise, but I probably would play an NFL
Don't be
game
so
if
sure.
It was more. Oh, really? Don't they still sell like gangbusters? Those games?
I think it's awful, but
But like, where's my version of that?
they keep trying to make the game easier for you to get into.